Assalamu alaikum and welcome to this video. We will take a quick look at antimicrobial resistance, which is becoming a silent pandemic. So, what it is, why is it a problem, what are the main drivers, and how do we prevent it? Let's start by taking a look at what antimicrobials are. Antimicrobials are the agents that kill microorganisms or inhibit their growth. While they have been used in various forms, such as herbal treatment, for thousands of years, the modern era of antimicrobials began in early 1900s with the formation of a compound called salvarsan and the discovery of penicillin. Since then, many different types of antimicrobials were developed, revolutionizing medical practice. So, how do they work? Antimicrobials typically work by entering an organism, binding to specific target sites, and blocking important processes in the organism that either kill them or stop them from multiplying. But organisms have developed several ways to resist antimicrobials. This is called antimicrobial resistance or AMR. There are several mechanisms to it. These include preventing excess of antimicrobials into the organism, removing the antimicrobial using pumps in the cell wall, destroying or inactivating the antimicrobials with enzymes, changing the antimicrobials target sites so that it cannot latch onto it, or developing new processes that avoid using the target of antimicrobials. These resistant traits can be passed on from one generation to the next and can also spread between organisms through various genetic elements. Cross resistance can also occur where an organism that is resistant to one antibiotic can show some resistance to other types as well. AMR can occur in bacteria such as Staphylococcus aureus, viruses such as influenza and HIV, parasites such as Plasmodium falciparum that causes malaria, and fungi such as Candida auris and Aspergillus. Note that antibiotic resistance is a type of AMR that is used to describe resistance to antibiotics. Resistant organisms are sometimes called superbugs. Of particular concern are organisms that are multi-resistant, showing resistance to more than one antimicrobial, or the organisms that are pan-resistant, showing resistance to all known types of antimicrobials. The consequence of antimicrobial resistance is that antimicrobials become ineffective and therefore infections are harder to treat. Procedures such as surgery, chemotherapy, or transplantation can be very risky without the protection offered by antimicrobials. AMR can lead to adverse clinical outcomes, including death. In addition, AMR can also have a significant economic cost at an individual and health system level. Now, let's have a look at the drivers behind the increase in AMR. AMR is a natural evolutionary process that microorganisms use to avoid destruction and survive. However, there are several drivers that have accelerated this process. The main driver for AMR is the unrestrained use of antimicrobials in humans and animals. Unnecessary and inappropriate use of antimicrobials is very common. For example, using antibiotics for viral infections or not completing full course of the medication. Antimicrobials are widely used in animal husbandry not only to treat diseases but prophylactically to prevent infections and as a growth promoter. Other drivers for AMR include poor water quality, sanitation and hygiene, inadequate infection control practices, and inappropriate food handling. These provide conditions in which resistant organisms can emerge, multiply, and spread. So, how do we prevent AMR? AMR is a complex problem and preventing it requires a multi-sectoral approach. WHO's Global Action Plan provides 5 strategic outlines to tackle AMR. These are improving awareness and understanding of AMR through effective communication, education, and training. Number 2, strengthening the knowledge and evidence base through surveillance and research. This includes research to develop new treatments, diagnostic tools and vaccines, clinical studies on effective antimicrobials or alternatives to antimicrobials. Number 3, reducing the incidence of infection through effective sanitation, hygiene, and infection prevention measures. This is particularly important in healthcare facilities. Number 4, optimizing the use of antimicrobials in human and animal health. These include, at an industry level, stopping the inappropriate use of antimicrobials in agriculture, having antimicrobial stewardship programs, which are organizational, system wide healthcare strategies to promote the appropriate use of antimicrobials, and at a national level, having a strong legal and regulatory framework to ensure the rational use of antimicrobials. Number 5, ensuring sustainable investment and increasing investment in new medicines, vaccines, and diagnostic tools. These actions require a whole of society approach with everybody in all sectors and disciplines working together. It includes taking a One Health approach, incorporating human health, animal health, and environmental factor into considerations. And that's an overview of AMR. Thank you very much.